Hello everyone, and welcome back to Super Metroid. I'm Dellierian, and it's a pleasure to have you all here. In the previous episode, we did clean up. We went ahead and got a bunch of the power-ups that we didn't have already. I'm not sure how many power-ups there are in total of the game. I think there's 100 power-ups in total, and we are getting close. I think there's 230 missiles, 50 super missiles, and like maybe 50 power bombs assigned to that extent, and then 14 energy tanks and 4 auto refill thingamajigs, reserve tanks. So we're running pretty close, all things considering. So hopefully in this next area we will go ahead and find most of those that are remaining, and if not, then it's going to be a bit of a scavenger hunt, which is unfortunate, but what do you do, right? Anyways, we're going down to Ridley's hideout, which is kind of the final area of the game, minus like the final area of the game. And this is a scary area. You can see already that there is acid down below. If you remember that the lava no longer does damage to us, but acid does. And acid is all sorts of awful. Also notice that our just normal attack does not actually kill these guys. We have to use a charge beam. So even though we have the plasma beam, you know, we still have to be careful. There are enemies that are gonna, well, they're not our friends, so to speak. Charge beam is very good to utilize in these areas. So keep that in mind as we move forward. Now there's a locked door behind us, so we're not going to worry too much about that because we have to go through this room both ways anyways. And well, hint hint, you know, we'll be going back through that door at some point, so I'm not too worried about going back there and opening the door just to make sure it's unlocked. We'll have to go back through that door one way or another. You see, we're actually blocked off here. I wonder if it'll reveal it. Drop a power bomb. Does it show? Yeah, so those are fall down blocks there. We have to come at this from the other direction. Typically, if you drop a power bomb and nothing blows up and there's no way to proceed, it usually means that whatever is there is a fall down block and you're supposed to come at it from the other direction. Also, just take a second to listen to that music. It's real good. Just giving you guys a second. That's really good music. I really like the music of this area. I think everyone, not everyone, but most people do. But considering we can't go that direction, let's go ahead and head down the other direction. Keeping in mind that there is acid, and acid is bad. There's also seahorses, which seahorses are also bad. Now, acid doesn't drain our HP quite as quickly as it did before, I want to say, but it still does a lot of damage, so you don't want to be standing in it and for any duration of time, to say the least. Now, come over here, and there's all sorts of acid, so we're going to avoid the acid best we can. And looks like we can't. Let's drop a power bomb here. See if we can figure out exactly what we're supposed to do. There we go. If we go ahead and we're a bowling ball again. Granted, this time I don't think he walks. He just drains the room for us. Ever so kindly of him, he is. I don't think that drains the previous rooms either. Maybe it does. I mean, I can go check. It's not like we've gone very far. If I go ahead and just open up this door and then come back, does he go ahead and... Nope, still here. So it's just this one room that he drains. Maybe these lower rooms as well, and you just never see them because it's already drained when you get into there. But we can go ahead, and I'm going to drop just a couple power bombs because I don't remember where the upgrades in this area are very well. So we'll have to be careful about that as we move forward. Again, just dropping all sorts of power bombs because we have no shortage of them at the very least. And, well, I see no reason not to use them. If you have them, use them. Isn't there some sort of saying like that? Like, if you got it, use it? Something about looks, I want to say, is what the original phrase is. Saw it in the movie at one point in my life or another. Here, don't jump in that center area. Fall down blocks. You want to go ahead and grab this, because otherwise you have to make the whole loop again. And you don't want to do that. That would be bad. Be not fun. Anyways, let's fall down. And we're in a bit of arena. Oh, would you look at that? That's not good. There's another one of these. So, let's go ahead and take care of this guy. Unlike the very first one that we fought, this guy is not quite as nice. Just spam your missiles. Just spam them. It's the easiest way to fight this guy. He's going to catch the first one, but not be able to catch any of the other ones. So, keep doing this, and he's done in no time. If you have enough missiles and energy to take care of that guy like that, that is really the easiest strategy there is. There are, like, you could dodge, you could do all sorts of other things, but when it comes down to it, the easy way to beat that boss is just like that. Next up, we're going to want to go ahead and equip power bombs and drop one up there. And I think that revealed, yeah, super missiles. Go ahead and grab this as well while we're here. You're supposed to do that with a power-up you have later on, but you can do it with power bombs just like that, which is fine. Just to make sure, I don't think the range on the power bomb is great enough if you drop it from the ground. You have to drop it from mid-air. But we'll continue on and see what we find. We find the screw attack. This is how you're actually supposed to get that power up in the previous room. We'll go ahead and show that off just because we're right here. You see that for one, we're all sorts of funny. Now I always thought the screw attack like changed the rhythm of your, like made space jumping a little bit easier. I always felt like it not quite as specific, or you can do it just a hair earlier than when you just get the space jump, but it's not that noticeable, and I've always done it visually, so it's not that much of a change for me. Now, one thing you do want to be careful is you want to stand on these platforms. You can't destroy them. You do want to be a little bit careful as you're regressing on what you do and do not destroy. So, we have a couple of options here. We could go up. I want to say if we go up here, this just leads to someplace we already were. But I'll go ahead and at least look. Like we've been... Oh, no, we haven't. So we could go up or down. Let's go the downwards path first, I want to say. Or maybe we should be going up. I don't want to go to the boss yet. Oh, no, this is fine. This is perfect. Because we don't really need this. One thing I do want to keep in mind is how many super missiles and missiles I have. Because I want to say there's 5 missile tanks left. 1 super missile tank. And then there's like 2 energy tanks left. So we're getting close. I just don't remember where all of these are. But in general, the screw attack, it murders whatever it touches. It's a good point, actually. I was running past these, but to go ahead and get some of our super missiles back, just because they do so much damage. They're really nice, and when it comes down to it, they're really the best way to deal with a lot of enemies, especially bosses. Like when we get back to Ridley, it'll be the same thing, where I'll probably, fill up on missiles, and then after that fact, just, use them to murder him. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If we want to, we can come back up here. Do we want to is the question. No, not currently. We're going to come back here later. That's kind of your quick way back into this room. Here, you want to move fast, which is not what I'm doing. I didn't hold down the run button. But if you go ahead and screw attack through this, you can make it to the other side of the room before the acid comes up and literally murders you. Because that's what it's currently doing. And it's going to be the same deal in this next room as well, maybe? No, this next room's actually fine. Grant, we're missing, there's one thing I just realized. I don't remember where it is. We might be missing a power-up, and I'm like, oh, well, I will find it later. I don't think there's anything in the walls here, but you do have to keep on heading up. And be careful as you do so, because there are going to be things later on that, well, they make you fall down and make you sad. We don't like being sad. These guys are weak to the screw attacks. We do want to go ahead and take advantage of that instead of trying to do like fancy jumps. So, drop a power bomb maybe. Go further up here. Yeah, so you can go up, and does this lead to... Yeah, it does. So, we're going to go ahead and take advantage of this. We're going to go over to this direction and get something real quick. So, here, let's start by... I don't actually want to drop a power bomb. I want to show this. You go ahead and use the X-ray scope. See that these are all fall down on the lower end, except for the very end. What we want to get is the very end here. So just use a regular bomb, and you get into the heart room, which you get a missile. You think you would get more energy here. What you do, and I'm just forgetting that it exists here. I'll drop a power bomb to make sure. Just drop that. Nope, nothing. So, which means we can go ahead and make our way back real quick. This time it's fine to use a power bomb. I don't mind all that much. Oh, that's awkward. Okay, good. For a second there, I thought I was stuck. I'm like, oh no, this is not good. This is actually bad. All things considering. But it's not that much of an issue to go ahead and get back to that previous room. And with the space or the speed run as well, a lot of these rooms are just really a joke because you just plow your way through it, so to speak. So only the center path goes down. Actually had a little bit slow down there of all things considering. And again, this specifically is well designed because you get back to where you were fairly quickly, which is nice. It's not a big hassle to do the full lap. There's some games that are like this that really make you do long laps to get through the areas. Well, this one, not so much. Not so much. We can go ahead and jump back up here maybe, as long as we don't screw up the jumps, which seem to be more difficult than said. I guess easier said than done. More difficult than said. Can you say that? Does that sound natural? Sometimes I don't know. English is hard. English is my first language. It doesn't mean it's my best language. Oh, that's not correct. It's still my best language, but it doesn't mean it's completely natural. I don't use it all that much these days. Anyways, we'll head off to the right here. And we have another one of those acid rooms. We're going to want to get out of here very quickly. You can see it's rising very, very quickly. The space jump makes this much easier of a process as long as we don't screw up our jumps. So if we can just get onto one of these platforms, that would be great. Oh, no. This is bad. You can see just how much damage this does. You really don't want to be stuck in the acid by any means possible. So I say as I try to, you know, you're supposed to just be doing these jumps gradually. I'm trying to do it with the screw jump or the space jump, and it's not working. So let's just try to do this normally and not be fancy. Oh boy, we took a lot more damage than we probably should have there. Is there something? Again, trying to keep a good idea like where I am at on the map. It's always handled. So you could go down here. What's to the right though? Because I think the way you're supposed to go is down. Oh, perfect. So if we drop or do a super missile, you can actually shoot that guy right there. Shoot that guy and head down to this area. Have like a little claw there on the side, so I want to be careful of this. Not too worried, but you have another energy tank, which is exactly what we want. You actually are supposed to use those guys as platforms or just use the space jump since you're going to have the screw attack by this point anyways and the space jump as well. If you don't have either of those, then oh my, this is a very difficult area for you to go through. And the way forward is down, but I'm going to go ahead and pick up the couple of power-ups and the such from this path first and foremost. So if we go ahead and just want to be dodging these guys as much as possible, there's a couple things to go ahead and pick up here as long as I don't repeatedly get hit in the face and like bumped down to whence I came. So first off, let's go off to this side. You saw briefly there I ran through the wall. So this one we have to go through the top, right? Yeah, so this is a room that we actually have to enter in from the top. We can't do anything right now. Instead, we're going to go over here and see what we can do. We're going to go ahead and, again, not this room, but the next room, or maybe it is this room. Can we, like, if we drop a bomb here, guys, could you just not be problems? Nope, not here. There's a couple of power-ups you can get right in this area, so we'll keep an eye out for them. For one, if we go over this direction, we get this. More missiles is always a good thing. Well, we're going to drop a power bomb, but yeah, you might not even need the power bomb. You might be able just to roll through. No, it doesn't look like you need it. You just roll through here. Maybe. What am I missing? Why am I not going forward? Am I wrong? Oh no, it's just up. Oops. You have to just go from here. Oops, I was doing the wrong pathway. Here. Oh, it's a little bit of a maze actually. Go up. I don't remember exactly. I'm just smashing the jump button and hoping. Did I do it? Is this it? Okay, good. So we did do that correctly. Go into this room and we'll drop a power bomb. This actually leads us to, I mean, we saw this earlier. Boop. We got another one of the power bombs, which is exactly what we want. I think it's faster just to go through the one pathway. These are fall blocks, so it's fairly easy just to go this direction. We might even have, that might be all the power bombs, I'm not sure. We'll have to get to a recharge station to see. But there's a grand total of 100 pickups throughout the game, and we have to be getting pretty close, all things considering. Because, I mean, we are. There's no doubt about that. We only have 3 more missile tanks, and I think 1 more super missile thing to get. And our energy's full right now. Oops, let's not get stuck in the acid. Just go ahead and pop in here. Isn't there... Okay, oops, I need to get out of the acid first and foremost. If I drop... Oh, it's right here maybe. I drop this. I was thinking it was down on the bottom, but nope, guess not. I'm gonna pick this up. We have like... It's almost like a clove, like a suit of the cards. Maybe there's like 4 suits in this area, or a spade, I guess. Look at this, like the design of this room fairly loosely. And I'm gonna be dropping lots of these just because of habit. I mean, there's no other good excuse really. I'd use the X-ray scoop because this room is kind of odd. But nope, it doesn't look like there's anything else here. Just the platforms are crumbly, which is fine. Head on up. You're supposed to be doing this kind of all on the way out, but why not do it now, I guess? Get the power-ups before the boss. Make the boss easier. I guess this is my way of going about it. Isn't there a way to get, like, go through the left of one of these walls? So you can go up here. Before we go, though, I'm going to just check. I want to see there's a way to get, like, left at some point. Maybe I'm just crazy, though. I guess I'm just crazy. So, go up here. You know, we're still in undefined territory. Eventually, we're going to loop back to some place we've been before, but not quite yet. See, the music's changed, which means we're out of the area at the very least. This is one way. Yep. And so is all this. We'll just drop a power bomb. Reveal anything that might be hiding from us, but it seems to be fine. Drop another one right here. We're above, essentially, Ridley's lair right now. You can come through all this from the back way, except there's those fall blocks, so maybe actually you can't. And this drops us off right here. So, we've done all of the highway except for, like, going forward. So, I'll meet you, I'm going to go back down, and I'll meet you back in Ridley's hideout, and we'll go, I mean, the way forward, essentially. There's no other good way to put that. Have I gone this way yet? I must have. It's filled in. This is just filled with lava now. You know, now that you have the gravity suit, it doesn't really matter. But you can go through that room like that in reverse. When you originally came through that room, it wasn't filled with lava. These are all like, LOL, what? I'm like, bro, there be acid. There be acid, it'd be bad. You immune to acid? Anyways, we're back. This should be the room in which we head back down. Drop a couple of power bombs, or just a singular power bomb, not a couple. And we're back here. I'm going to drop another one. Can we blow up this statue? No. Oh, I'm not too worried about these guys. We'll just sneak past them and make our way down. Oops. We go ahead. What is this right here? Is this a save station? Yes. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Which is perfect. We can go ahead and grab this real quick, and then we'll continue on our way down. Yeah, save stations usually mean we're getting pretty close to a boss, but if we're getting close to a boss, we need definitely to recover some energy. We've used up a lot. I'm going to drop a power bomb right here, and it reveals that there is, in fact, a way forward. I have to drop another one right over here as well, even just to open up the door. So I'm going to grab this, and we're getting back close to the boss. If you look at, our map, you know, we're on the same, like, vertical layer. It's just a matter of getting back to him now. So go ahead and do that, and a little platform comes out just for us. I never mentioned that, but yeah, power bombs will also go ahead and raise up those like little, what would you call, pistons that come up and act as platforms. Power bombs will also do that. So like in the playthrough, I mostly use just normal bombs, and when there's a couple times where I just damage tanked. Well, it doesn't always have to be that way, so to speak. You can use power bombs and avoid damage tanking. So before we go down, you can see that there's a little secret right over here. Go ahead and get power bombs. Maybe this is the last power bomb thing. Again, we have to be getting close, all things considering. There's not anything else in here. We have power bombs galore, so there's no reason not to just use them as we see fit. So head down. I'm gonna be a little bit careful. These are gonna come down. Reminds me of a certain room in Castlevania, specifically Symphony of the Night, where you have to do a lot of going down like this. I don't think there's anything in the acid. I don't think they ever really make you take damage like that. But, you know, sometimes you're like, maybe there's something down there. Because even there was like, oh, these guys. There's one like missile tank that you had to go into the lava to get. But if you had the gravity suit, it wasn't an issue. Now, these guys are a pain. And I wish I had a little bit more energy. But they're going to jump around, and they're only vulnerable when they're yellow. So you want to have them jump over you, and then usually they'll come back like that. So keep a charge or a shot charged up. This is like one of those cases where my control scheme is not good. Also, I'm not doing very well. Might be easier just to shoot him while he's coming down at me. Sir, this is very rude. Just try not to die, because again, I don't have a huge amount of HP. There we go. So got one of them. There's actually two. So not that they don't take a whole lot of hits, but it's easier just to do it with the regular shot. Doing it with the charge beam is going to be a kind of a pain. So I'll just continue to hit him with the regular shot, and that takes him out pretty fast. There we go. Got it. I was a little bit worried. Again, I don't have a huge amount of HP, all things considering. We're going to want to recover some of that before we go into the final boss, which is, well, it looks like they're going to give us a chance to do that because there's platforms here. It might take a while. I might want to go ahead and, first I'll get rid of you. I want that. I say as I jump into acid to get that. I'm surprised there's not a faster way to go ahead and recover HP, because these guys are going to, it's going to take a while, so to speak, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. And see, we are real close to that boss. I'm going to go ahead and spend just a quick moment going ahead and grinding up energy here, so, well, I'll be back in a moment. So just kind of smashing the A button to go ahead and get all this energy back. We picked up all the powers we can have. This is our max for the most part. We're still missing 2 missile tanks. We have our max super missiles, 1 energy tank, and I think we have all our power bombs. I think you can only have 30, probably. Buddy, don't be like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and fight ourselves a boss. Maybe. Still one more room, I guess. We're not quite there yet. And, you know, you could have grinded for power-ups here as well, but we didn't. Buddy. Oops. I always, like, not always. There was one time I did it correctly, but otherwise I usually miss that first shot on those guys. And here we are, another boss arena. As always, let's go ahead and equip super missiles and just go to town. It's Ridley. This time, unlike the last time where he just kind of, you know, hurt us a lot and then left, this time he's going to hurt us a lot and try to actually murder us. So we're just going to use our super missiles as we can, and then after that it'll be charged plasma shots. But I imagine I won't need to use all of these. Just, again, his tail is not a part of it. Like, his tail doesn't use take damage. You want to just kind of keep on hitting his body. He does a fair bit of damage, but with the upgrades that we have now, it's not the end of the world. But we do go through our supply of missiles and all that pretty quickly, all things considered. So, again, just trying to be careful. You can see he's already changing color. Jump over him when he swipes down, and otherwise you shouldn't have that much difficulty. It'd be different if you're, like, fighting this fight with, like, not the gravity suit, which you can do. There's a couple of things like that you can do, but it's not really worth doing because, oh my, it would be very difficult. When it comes down to do, like, this little tail swooping, if you can avoid being grabbed, it's a good chance to actually clock a lot of damage on him, all things considering. So, almost there. We're almost out of super missiles, however. So we used up all our super missiles. We have 2 options. Let's not pause. We could either go, like, really spammy on the missiles, which shoot faster. So you could go ahead and do that, which might be a good idea. I don't remember how much damage normal missiles do, or you could do charged plasma shots, which do 300 damage. The same amount of damage as a super missile. Either which way, he's gone, so it doesn't really matter. This is not a super difficult fight. But again, it's because we had so many super missiles. If you didn't have as many super missiles, it would be much more difficult. Now, let's go ahead and get our... Oh, there's no Metroid here. That's not good. What? Oh, our Metroid is not around. If you go ahead and drop a bomb there, you get the last of the E-tanks. But we're missing our buddy. That's not good. I'm going to drop a bomb here just to make sure. Also, I don't know how many super missiles we can, or power bombs we can have in total. But I guess there's only one place really we haven't gone yet. Someplace we'll end up going in the next episode. But we first have to make our way out of this area. So let's go ahead and at least get back to somewhere safe. That's our goal, is to get somewhere safe. I'm going to go ahead and also say this is probably going to be the second to last episode. Next episode will probably be the finale. It might be a little bit longer of a video at that. But all we have left is to go ahead and get the couple of missile tanks that we have not gotten yet, which I'm going to go ahead and look around the map between episodes to see if I can remember where that is. And then along with that, I mean, go to the final area. We're at the end. Please tell me I don't have to kill these guys. Nope, we're fine. Those guys can be a pain too if you have to fight them again. We'll keep going our way up. This reminds me, again, of a room in Castlevania. Symphony of the Night specifically, but I'm sure it's been done in other Castlevania games as well. This kind of room with the spikes in it. But we'll keep on going up. Drop a power bomb. I'll say we did what we could here, so it's time to, you know, go out and find ourselves well, someplace we might be able to find progress, or at least find where the baby's been taken. The baby, as they said in... What game was it? In Other M. You know, a lot of people didn't like Other M. I enjoyed it. It just was... It was an interesting game, so to speak. Is there anything in that wall over there? No. That's one of those places I'd be almost expecting them to hide something. Is over in that right wall. Anyway, we'll continue on our way out as best we can. Which one was it? Was it the top one? Also, just checking. Never know. Is there anything hidden? Nope. We should be fine. Keep on working our way out ever so slowly. Oops. Jump up. And the save room is right up here. First of all, can we go? Seems like you should be able to go over to the side there, right? Not just me, right? Maybe. But nope, nothing there. There's a lot of times like that where I'm like, it seems like we should be able to go up there. Unfortunately, we can't, but it seems like we should be able to. So, granted, we're missing a lot of our super missiles because we used them. We did go ahead and beat Ridley. And that's actually going to be it for this episode. Next episode will probably be the finale as we get the last couple of power-ups, the last couple of missile tanks, and let me finish off the game. I hope you guys have all enjoyed. I certainly have, and I look forward to seeing you guys all next time. See you then.